I recently released an EP called Songs of Shane Volume 2, and I'm going to do this. Got a couple CDs pressed up. Songs of Shane Volume 2. And so the Shane in the Songs of Shane is an artist named Shane MacGowan, who was in a great band called the Pogues, Irish band that came up in London. And Shane came up as a teenager, as a young kid in the punk scene. You know, when punk broke in London, he was putting out a zine and he was at the Clash shows and he was getting his ear bit and bleeding at the shows, and legend. And then went on to write just really so many beautiful songs and made great albums with the Pogues. Before the Pogues, when he was a youngster, he was in a band called the Nips. And then after the Pogues, he had his own band called the Popes. So started recording the Songs of Shane Volume 2 at the beginning of this year, and then put out a single called Five Green Queens and Jean, put that out for St. Patrick's Day. And then April 28th, I released the full EP. And around that same time, a great songwriter friend of mine, a guy named Jesse Malin, who I used to play drums with back in like 2004, 2005. We've kept in touch, and I opened up for him in 2019 in the UK. I did about a week of shows opening up for him. It's a great guy. He had this rare a spinal stroke that left him paralyzed from the waist down. Yeah, it's really
really unfortunate. Yeah.
Really crazy, really rare. I mean, just beyond comprehension. And so he's in the recovery phase, and there's a couple of crowdfunding places to go to contribute to the Jesse Malin Fund. So what I decided to do when I had the CDs printed up, and I was going to sell them, what I decided to do was use the proceeds from the sales of Songs of Shane Volume 2 to send to the Jesse Malin Fund. Right. And it's kind of fitting because Jesse is also a big Shane MacGowan and Pogues fan. And Jesse performed at Shane's 60th birthday celebration that happened a couple of years ago. And so, I felt an appropriate tie-in. So, all proceeds that I get from the sale of the CD or digital sales are going towards the Jesse Malin Fund. So that's what's happening now with the Songs of Shane Volume 2 EP release.